Okay, channel message, guys. I was trying to wait and be patient before I did the reading or the message. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull no cards right now. I don't know if I'm gonna pull cards. I might go ahead and pull cards. Depends on how I feel. Um, so, I hear like little spiritual threats. Okay. Um, Basically, I just heard her say, "You bitch, you better think about your son." Okay, I just want to clear the air on that shit. I told you guys I was going to give you guys the whole, you know, situation, okay, about what's been going on and what's going on and whatnot, or have you. I don't know if you guys watched my video about, let me see. I don't know if you guys watched my video that I just posted when I was walking down the street and how organized the situation was. About this dude, that's one of the things. Like, I just want to say this. Hey, motherfucker, I know it's you, you little black bastard. Fuck you, bitch. You caught, bitch. You try to make me look like I was delusional and crazy, bitch. I'm sorry, y'all. My kid is out, okay? I have an inner child, okay? So my inner child is, I'm letting her out. I'm healing. I'm innocent. They're hurting me. They don't care how I feel, so I'm not the person to talk shit. But fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Okay, that shit, they hurt my feelings. I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm just being genuine. I hate it when they smear campaign me. I hate that shit. And this is my inner child speaking. I hate it when they smear campaign me. It hurts my feelings. All because I want to speak my truth and be a divine being and be out here just evolving, like I'm gonna tell you something, how I know the divine is really with me and guiding me. I got a ride today, okay? And I'm gonna tell you guys a story, but I just want to skip a part of the story. If that's okay with you guys, I hope it's okay. I got a ride, and I looked at the young lady gas tank, and the whole time I'm looking and trying to see, I'm literally in my mind, like she's talking to me, we had a whole conversation now in the back of my mind. I'm like, should I give her $5? I'm like, God, if I give her this, how am I going to go to court? How am I going to do this? How am I going to make it to my next doctor's appointment? Like, how am I going to do this, God? And you know what? I looked at her tank and I saw it. And I said, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Immediately, my faith went towards the divine, the highmost. And I felt okay, but I said, Lord, how I'm going to do this? When I got out the car, I said, God, how I'm going to do this? And I'm just letting go. I'm letting go, and I'm trusting the divine for right good people, though. How would I say this? So back to the story. That was part of the story, but that was the end of the story that I just spoke. Okay, but I want to say this. In me walking down the street, guys, how would I say this? I saw all the lines. If you notice the lines in the street, okay, there's something about those lines are like demonic, satanic to me. And it's like, how dare don't you cross that line? In my spirit, not in my mind, in my spirit. And y'all, I was right. I was right. It's a ritual. It's a whole now, y'all. I don't know nothing about spell work or nothing, but when spirit guiding you, the divine guiding you, that thing hits different. And y'all, I took out the camera before I even got there to that spot. And the spot was a big old boxes that was torn up. They were torn up boxes, okay? And those boxes were empty. You'll see it on the live. You'll see it. But this is me giving you story time about it, okay? And those boxes were towed up, and they had a lady, an older lady, And I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not pushing judgment on anyone at this point. But there was an older lady that was leaving and backing out, and I wasn't even all the way at the. If you see where I was standing at, I wasn't even near to the spot to turn to me to walk across. So she's just like, if you couldn't see her, but if you pause your video and like open the screen to see her, her car doing this. Like, go ahead, like you're good. I'm like, oh hell no. You know, when you're spiritual, it's like thumbs up, but it's a trap. Thumbs up, but it's a trap. It's like, okay, I'm gonna be a rolling robot, but I'm going through. And I was like, no. I was like, no. And I'm like, I'm going through the rocks, like I'm kicking rock. You kick rocks, you get out of here. You know, so I walked on the rocks. And I continued to go about my business. I got towards I think it was 12th Street or 21st Street. Man, I felt like I walked through a fucking portal. I felt like I walked through a portal or a spirit. I felt so different. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but man, whatever you're doing, dude, I even spoke it in the fucking video. Like, you know, you guys need to tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up, because it's divine playing about me. I don't know nothing about satanic rituals and demonic rituals and, you know, all that stuff, but my people, the people in my energy, they were waiting for it. Ooh, they was waiting. I ain't even lying, boy. It's like when they were waiting, they were like, yeah, let me go do my art. Yeah. It was like a fee. It was like a okay to them, like a certain y'all. It had fed them so much, crafty. Till I came home and I was so in certain of myself. I was so aware. I was so in a spiritual alignment. I would usually come home and be kind of flustered, and I would go ahead and do my video. This time I took my time. I put my little groceries up, and you know, I went outside and I stood outside for a little bit and I just kind of observed the air and the wind, and here it is, it's pouring outside. So whatever you tried to do, it's been washed away. Yeah, but I want to tell you guys something. I want to bring something to the table. This is the way that they confess, okay? Because he knew I was going to do this. He knew I was going to tell you. They were just waiting for me to speak out. Okay, I told you guys, I knew that this was my person evolving, and these people trying to kidnap my kids. She trying to sacrifice me and this, that, and third. He told me information as to say, you know, other people trying to do this. He was involved in it. He worked with the secret side of cult. Okay, he came in with a plan. He tried to execute the plan. He couldn't, because guess what? Love win over hate any day, baby. Love win over hate any day. When I tell you I love that man, baby. Last night I was watching my readings and I was saying, girl, look at you. You know, I was admired by myself. I was admired by the way I did readings to compare to what I know now in my readings and how I'm breaking things down. Now, sometimes you would probably say, well, shit, you still got to go into the Google, but the Google, I feel like it's more confirmation for y'all. So if y'all don't feel like that's comfortable, because I have to release the divine truth, okay? I want to be heard and to be let it be known. This is divine truth. This is divine order. So whatever someone try to say, oh, don't do this or don't do that, y'all, when them double cards come out, that's divine saying, hey, attention, attention, attention. I need you to pay attention. This is a divine message, and divine is coming through. Attention, attention. That I'm for real. You might not see it like that, but that's this how it is. Okay? And that might not be comfortable for the ones that's watching that are part of these organized crimes, okay? But moving on to say this to say, into the situation, I'm gonna say about, this was last year. Yeah. I stayed with who was I staying with at this time? I had that dream. I was staying with a friend or my grandparents or a family member. I probably was staying with a family member. I was staying with a family member. And they tried to get her part of an involvement. And I don't know if they're just trying to push me away from my family members, everybody, if they feel like that was involved, or everybody's just being exposed, but she's not a bad person. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I'm not gonna support her name. I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not gonna do that to her. Like, I love her with all my heart. Okay, and that's just the fucking bottom line. Nobody can try to make something seem like it probably was, but sometimes we have to do things to help ascension or help awaken somebody. Okay, you never know. But moving on to say all this to say, I was at a family member's house, right? And I had a dream, and the dream was about my person and me going like to where did I go? I was like I was living. I mean, I was hanging with some girls, and I don't hang with girls. I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not hang with females. If you ain't my family member, I'm not about to hang with you. And everybody I hang with was my family, okay? And that's the blind truth, and I ain't changing shit. I'm not changing that. I'm not about to be out here. No, no. I'm going through ascension. We're not comfortable around people. But this was what my person was doing, blocking my dream states, blocking my path, blocking my journey. Okay, and that's why I said I don't trust him. I'm not playing these games like I'm standing on fucking business. I'm not playing. And I don't know if this person think this is a game or a motherfucker, like, you know, when you deal with somebody for so long, a person just be like, you know, oh, they're not gonna do this, they're not gonna say that, you know, I've been knowing him for so long. And now it's like, this bitch not playing. This bitch, I'm telling this bitch info, and this bitch telling on me. And whatnot, because you're a part of it. You what? It ain't gonna take a rocket science to figure that shit out. Moving on to say this, guys. So I had a dream and I was at Sonic. Okay. I remember my person parked at Sonic. Okay, there was parked at Sonic, and they had he had his truck parked there, and he was watching, he was looking, and they had some girls that were asking about my songs. They was like, well, why you put? They were aggressive, they were angry, they were pissed off about the music that I have released about my story, and it's a true fucking story. So if you listen to my music is telling what actually just would have happened, right? Or what I was experiencing. And it was like they were trying to jump on me. And it's like before the girls jumped on me or try to fight me, it's like my eyes and my attention faced my person's car. And he telepathically said, go home. Go home, go back to your people's house. Yeah. Yeah, so this is some type of synchronicity information. He worked with them. It is what it is. I'm gonna tell you the truth, shame devil. I'm gonna tell you what God hate me, what the devil hate. I'm gonna tell you what God love. See, the truth shall set you free. You gotta let me go. This divine truth. I cannot sit here and tell a lie. I will not fabricate, because if I go into question about anything that I am stating right now, this shit gotta make sense. I'm telling every step of the way of this bullshit, because I have been mistreated. This is adult abuse, spiritual abuse. Okay, I've been in an abusive relationship for 5 years, then go into a spiritual abusive relationship, and then moving forward to say, he couldn't get me harmed, but he had the people go to my family member's house. Yeah, they were going to my family member's house. Whoever the third party is, the woman that he was screwing, or whatever, that was going, or just a random person who I didn't know who it was. I'm just saying, okay, but that was a woman, somebody, man, woman, but from the sound of it, it was a woman. They were putting on this love song. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, nigga ain't in love, man, nigga trying to find a place to live. Fuck, I look like, what the hell? So y'all, every time that shit happened, like every time it happened then, because I wasn't awakened, I was trying to get stable to move where I'm at right now. And y'all, when I heard that song, I don't know if I called my person, I called him, okay? And it was like, this the same narcissist shit. And you know, when you deserve better, a lot of things just to fucking start to be disgrace. It started to be so disgrace. When a person have a hidden motive, it's like you starting to see right through it and feel right through the energy. It's like, oh my God, you ain't done yet? You ain't tired yet? Like it really starts to be a little bit overrated, you know? And so I'm talking to him, and it's like, oh, you call me, and well, I ain't got nothing to say, and you call me, and then I don't want to know your business. You ain't got to tell me what's going on with you. I don't care to know, type shit. And I'm looking like what, and it went from that, y'all, to me, having to leave there to go live in a motel room, um, and get help to get me a place to get here. But I did state, and I have pictures. I still have those pictures. If they didn't delete my shit out of my phone, those pictures were still in my phone. Now, no shit, no shade. I checked my phone. I will never forget that day. I'll never forget, because I was being spiritually raped there. They were raping me, sexually pulling my sexual energy. And I'm thinking it's people that stated it was different men that was going there that was pulling my sexual energy. And I felt uncomfortable, but I don't want to put people out there. That's my thing. But I had met some helpers. I met some helpers, and I was just thinking about this young lady the other day. And if you see this video, hey girl, hey boo, she I stayed with her too, because I had my time ran out from living at that place. I had to leave that place. So I was at, like, I think I was there for a week or 7 days or something like that. And so after I left there, I would stay with her for maybe like a week or something like that. And I ain't gonna even lie, like, I just thought about you the other day. I heard what happened out there, and my heart got real heavy. Like I wanted to cry. I really wanted to reach out, but I was like, sometimes you just gotta mind your business and stay in your lane, because you never really know. People probably don't want to get involved or say too much to you. So I just kind of think outside the box, which I know, girl, I know you don't give a fuck. She'll tell me that right on time, but I don't give a fuck. So, anywho's, I just didn't want to, I started to reach out though, but my emotions was driven high, and I got emotional, and I was like, okay, let me back away, because I'm getting emotional about something about you, and we didn't really fuck around, kick it like that, but the time we was around each other was just, I was appreciative, So moving forward, to say all that to say, I ended up moving into my own place when I left her home, and yeah, that's how this shit is. It's like a constant situation, and I'm calling it. I'm ending it. I'm not in a connection with this person to be going through the same thing, but I just want this person to leave my energy. I want him and the third party to leave my energy. Okay, because I know they're no good for me. All they're doing is starting conflict. They're bringing people against me to attack me, to secretly get information, trying to make people be friendly with me, to get information, to have people to work with them and collaborate them, to do spell work, to do more shit towards me. And when I tell you, just go. Just go. It's not what you're still here for. You can't help me. You can't support me. You can't do nothing for me but start conflict. You are a chaos agent. When this man, and I know you probably guys probably wondering, like, how did that chaos situation happen? Well, to her to feel that he's a chaos agent. He can tell you that he's a chaos agent. He can tell you exactly who he is. He got me explaining something that he probably couldn't even speak about or convince about. But I do got evidence about, me being in my family member's house, and I got that dream, and I left her house and I went to a motel. I got everything's on file, but I know the company that I went through, I got that information too. But some things we just can't expose over social media, So we ain't falling to no booby traps. And that's what we're not gonna do. So I will post those videos though. I will post those videos. I did stay in the motel, and those people did take care of me. I will say that. I was taken care of. I was even heartbroken. I was even crying because my cousin couldn't come back and get me. They left me there, and I had nowhere to go. So-called something happened in the family, and people just, that people couldn't help me. And I didn't hold no grudge. I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry. I let go, and I kept going, And sometimes we just got to do things on our own. When things get hard, we can't depend on people. And, when people show you tough love, it's only to help encourage you. You know, we take tough love into somebody being mean, somebody being ugly to us. You know, that's how I used to take it too. I used to take that shit so negative. But I'm grown and I'm wise and I don't grew and I don't understand. And now I just sit back like they're not trying to hurt me, they're trying to encourage me. Because the whole time I was going through, you better get your shit, you better get your shit straight. And I do that to my own kids. You know, he called my son and called me with something, and I said, "God damn it, I'll kick your ass. You don't do that goddamn shit." You know, and I get that from some of my peoples. You know, and such as the older adults. You know, so it's just a family thing, and it's just a tough love. In this situation, I was only, cared about by only a few people, and I can't even say that maybe one or two people I can count on my hand that I can really rely on or be there for me. But all that to say, y'all, he put a box out there like you running something, like you're not running my life. You think you're in control. You think you have access. You have no access to me. This connection is fucking over. You don't tell me when to leave a place. You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me how to move. You don't tell me how to do a goddamn thing. I pay these bills here. I pay this rent here. You better get in your goddamn lane and stay there. And I mean that shit. Stay your ass in your lane and get out of my way. You're not welcome here. You don't run this household. I run it. And that's that, guys. Have a great fucking day.